Welcome back to Lesscashmoremash. My name's Tom.
And I'm Mike.
And today, Blind Fight Friday. So what do we got for Blind Fight Friday? For those of you that might be new, welcome to the family. We love to have you. But Blind Fight Friday, we have two random, Mike picks two samples out of the sample pool that we have lined up. We usually try to guess type, proof, price, all the stuff about it. But it's more importantly, I have them lined up. It's whiskey against whiskey. And some of these have been in there for over like 2 years. You think it's a light one? Hard to tell. So, and again, so we have all types. We have all types going on in there. So, we can cut right to the chase in the beginning. If you have a future Blind Fight Friday, if something behind us you might want to see, leave a comment down below because I have been putting them in on. We do take requests, so if we have the stuff, this is kind of light. Now that you say that,
Yeah, thank you.
So I have been putting in a bunch of really good ones that I think are going to be good when they do come out.
Yeah, I don't believe this.
I don't believe this might be one of them too.
I don't think
that's what I was getting.
We're gonna fall into the category of really good ones this time.
Yeah. So many months ago, I did spend a generous amount of time putting them together head-to-heads. I don't have a clue. These boxes, actually, old book of boxes, they actually work out good setting them up because when you look at them, they all look dark. They really do. It actually, every one of them.
Or I'm too short. I can only see the lid, so it doesn't matter. But
no, well, that's what I mean. It all looks nice. They all look good, and you pull them out, and then you're like, oh, man. So
it was an man. I can tell you that right off the bat.
Ooh, this has a different nose right off the bat. I can tell you that. I don't know what I'm going at.
Whoa.
So we have thumbnails, and you guys are going to see what we're actually drinking. We're 100% blind.
I'm thinking we didn't even have.
I don't even know what this smells like right now.
I'm thinking we didn't even have shelves.
Oh, you think it's that long ago?
Yeah, this might be back there. It has like no recent nose of anything. I don't even want to taste it.
Oh, that's different in the flavor, too. I'm getting an oatmeal. You getting an oatmeal?
No, yeah,
there's like a hint of an oatmeal. It's not strong. It's just like a hint of one.
I'll go with an oatmeal.
Yeah.
But a blase oatmeal.
Oh yeah, it's not good. It needs like sugar or something in it. Yeah, no, I give you that.
Okay.
Yeah. There's no brown sugar in it. It's like that plain oatmeal that you bought and you thought you were going to get healthy, and then you're like, wow, this tastes like paste. This is terrible.
That is amazing. I have done that by 4 or 5 times, and then I need like a pound of sugar and cinnamon and whatever else I can. Syrup. I'm like, I just defeated this whole healthy oatmeal.
I've been there. That's why I brought that up. Because you're like, I'm going to get healthy. And then you're like, I might as well just go back to childhood and eat the paste out of the jar. Or
I want to mix it with 2 of the good ones and just say, okay, now back to normal.
That's not horrible, though. It's not. The second sip was better than the first. I will say that.
I can't even really get much of a nose, but
no, I'm of anything. That's why I didn't get oatmeal off a lot of stuff. So I'm trying to guess. I'm going to see what happens when we go to the next glass. Because on Blind Fight Friday, we're going head to head. So
I'm not cranking this one up till it's fair.
I don't. No. Yeah, but it's not. It's not paint can. You know what I mean?
It's not horrible.
No, I don't think so.
Those are clear anyway, weren't they?
Well, one of them was finished in coffee. Remember? If you remember, that's so long ago.
That was a long time ago.
All right, we're going to glass number 2.
I was really sad to see those cans go.
They're
still around. I see them in the stores, though. People must buy them.
Well, it's like anything else. It's like I've said to people recently.
There's
a whiskey out there for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, just because we hate it, someone loves it.
Okay, the whole idea behind it with a can and you can't break it and you take it 4-wheel and this and the other, that was a great idea. Yeah. What's inside it? Not so much.
And the fun part about it was like, you're like, oh, geez. Like, my buddy, my brother-in-law always says, oh, you drinking a paint thinner again? And it was great. It was in a paint thinner can. You couldn't beat it.
There's like the noses are similar to in these. So whatever you did for this trick.
I'm guessing when I put these two together, I was like, well, those two sucked. Let's see what happens. One of them, like I figured they were both probably, because they're both tasting right around 80. You know what I mean? 80 proof. They're not hot. They might be up to maybe 90.
This one might have a little more malt in it.
Malt?
It seems like it might have a little more malt. Not in the nose. The noses are similar. But the flavors are not the same. I'm not getting the oatmeal paste or oatmeal.
Oh, I'm getting way more oatmeal in glass number 1 for sure.
Yeah.
Two's bringing me back to like the, when you, I agree with you.
It might be a little proofier.
It's kind of bringing me back. This might be like, it kind of brings me to like what I remember like 2 Stars tasting like, and just like the generic, pre-shelf bourbons type things.
No, I think 1 is a pre-shelf.
Yeah.
And I think 2 is a little more recent, but it'd be in that category. Like we just did the Old Charter.
Yeah,
it'd be like one of those kind of that snuck in later in a run per se. This one,
as silly as this is gonna sound, with that oatmeal, it kind of brings a little bit more. This almost reminds me of that Kentucky 10. Do you remember that one? Like brought an oatmeal. It had a blue label with like a 10 on it. I think it was
just said Kentucky
10.
But I think it was a big bottle.
No, it was a regular 750.
Way back when.
Like, Steve had got it, and he's like, I don't think I like this. He brought it over, and he ended up staying.
The nose is starting to come around in 1.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I'm slightly leaning to it because I like the little oatmeal. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of that Punch's Chance. It had a nice oatmeal taste to it, and it's kind of bringing me in that aspect.
I don't think it's that at all. But I will agree. I mean, I don't think.
What do you think of a proof? I'm
gonna lean towards like 84, the max. Yeah,
that's
almost 84. I think maybe 2 is a little higher. It might be. It might even be like 80 and 86 or something.
I was thinking in my head. I think we're right around like I would do 84 if I was doing four down, because I think it could possibly be 80, but I don't think it's much higher than 86 myself. But you might eke out a 90 if that. But there's not a lot of complexity with either one of these two.
2 does drink a little hotter, a little spicier. Not so much hotter. It has a little more of a sparkle, so maybe it has a little more rye.
I gotta give the nose to 1.
Nose definitely is
the little oatmeal flavor a little better.
Bigger than 1. Might even go with a fruity oatmeal, but.
If anything, I was gonna say nuts. Like I was thinking of like a pecan. I wasn't thinking fruit on this one at all. I wasn't. This one I was actually thinking like a sweet
lighter,
pecan.
And I don't really get a nut, and it's weird because when I say nut, you say fruit, and when it's vice versa.
We're opposite.
It is opposite on that.
100% opposite on that. But I actually,
one's nose is way better.
Yeah. I actually think the viscosity is a little better too. I think it actually coats a little bit more, as little as they're coating. You know what I mean? Because they're like
I'm trying to figure that out because I don't think either one of them are over 84. And I think they're both a bourbon.
I don't think either's finished. Not that matters on any of them.
I doubt they're finished, and I'll be honest. If either one of them are probably over $29.99.
Oh, if we were going to do price, yeah, no, I agree with that.
I don't know if they're well over that, then that would be a sad day.
No, I hear that.
I don't know. I think this was newer than this one, but I don't know. Something we haven't bought much lately in the 30 category, so that's probably more. 2 is probably more around $49.99, but.
Yeah, no, neither one of these. $29.99 would be a good price for either one of them. So who's going to be the grand champion of this suck fest that we got going on?
We're going to go to the grand champion on this one. But.
Yeah, I got to give. You know what? I got to give nose the actual flavor profile and what little bit of viscosity that both of them have. I got to give everything to glass number 1. It is different because you get that oatmeal-y taste, so it kind of brings you off the like 2 is like traditional bourbon
finish to it. The nose is way better than 1.
Yeah, no, I mean 2 is like the traditional. I can't even say caramel. It's more like a vanilla brown sugar muddle a little bit.
It's kind of It does drink a little proofier though. So that's the only thing in my head that might carry a little more. I'm thinking 1 definitely is 80. That's no more than 86.
So who do you give the victory to?
This is a tough one. I have to go. So nose in the different flavors is gonna have to go to 1. So, even though 2 is
the nose, okay. But you're giving it the nod. Like if you had to pick only one, you'd say, "Can I reach back in the box?" Yeah, I know that, but I mean, like if you had to pick one of the two, which one? Like to me, if I had to give a winner, I'm going 1. I think 1 has a little bit more complexity. Not that it's complex at all, but with that oatmeal flavor,
it's bringing a little bit more. It does have different flavors and has a better nose. So I that's what I said. I'm going to go with 1. 2 is kind of straightforward. Here today, gone tomorrow, and
I agree. It's the old, like, we didn't have shelves and it's traditional.
No, this is old and it's 44.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So I'm going to have to look through my notes for a second. I'll be back in 1 second. So we are back, and I didn't have to look far. I actually found it on the front page. But you know what we were drinking, but we didn't. So Mike's number was, okay, I have 266. Yours was 44. So right. The glass number 1 was the Trader Joe's Bourbon. It's 80 proof. We got it for $16.99.
Can't beat that.
And the one on the second pour was the Quality House Old Style Bourbon, which was also an 80 proof, and we got it for $8. So being what they cost, this was appropriate for what it was. I mean, honestly, neither one of these were bad. Just neither one of these were good. You know what I mean? But at that price, you're not expecting that.
Or it's in your profile, and if that's what you like, then A+ to you.
Well, and that's the whole thing. Like we kind of graduated, like you said, from the 80 proofers. So this isn't in there, and even at the $16.99 or whatever I said that was. 100% buying my Evan Williams bottle and bond. It would bring way more flavor and taste. Or the Fighting Cock or any one of them.
Fighting Cock at $17.99 or $18.99.
1,000% agree with that. But if you are a lower proofer one, and you can get that, because Trader Joe's,
they got it. Whoever's making it for them, did all right. I mean, there's a good nose and it was decent flavor.
Well, we'll say, just as a fun example, like when we did the Trader Joe's, this was before we even had shelves behind us, and we just had the one thing. It was a long time ago when we did that one. But we were on the other side of the room. I don't ever remember getting an oatmeal back then. So it's kind of funny how your palate changes over time, where you start getting more flavors and tastes. Because this is way more flavorful than, back then we probably were like, it's good. Tastes like whiskey. You know what I mean? Like, it's like we didn't have a whole lot of flavor coming out.
Mixed is pretty good.
Yeah. So, well, there you go. Oh, when you put them together, I already drank the other one, but well, there you go. There's Blind Fight Friday. Again, if you have a future Blind Fight Friday you want to see, leave a comment down below. A lot of times I've been trying to put them into a Sunday Funday because then they come out quicker than that. But either way, leave a comment. I'm writing down names with people that comment on it.
Thank you for that.
I'd like to do ones you had. These things, 44. It's been in here since the jump. That's from a while ago. That would have been on page 2.
We were probably having the shelves made at that time.
Before then, right? When we put it, when we first started the game, 44s. That's right in the beginning. That would have been right in the page 2, and we started with like 80 bottles right off the bat. So that's Blind Fight Friday. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Spend less, drink more. Cheers.
Thank you for all of your subscribers.